Hello and welcome back to the Common Colt Podcast. I'm Josh Hudgens, joined by Dan Hertzler. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, doing good. Taking this in my office here. I had to move locations a little bit, but hopefully that doesn't throw anyone off.
Hey, that's all right. Speaking of moving locations, we're hearing rumors, and maybe it's a slow news day, maybe not, but an NFL executive, as reported by Jeremy Fowler of ESPN and multiple other mainstream media outlets have kind of picked this up and reshared it, not necessarily re-reported it, but they're like, hey, Jeremy Fowler's saying that Aaron Rodgers could be linked to the Colts per an NFL executive. What is going on? Do you think there's any truth to this? What do you think?
Yeah, I also saw a report that the Packers are saying they don't want to move him to an NFC team. So that, again, puts it in the Colts camp. I don't think there's anything truth to this. I think the Colts have been down this road. I think the Colts are they're just tired of the veteran quarterback. Look, if this was last season before we got Matt Ryan, and you wanted to go all in on Aaron Rodgers, yeah, I'm ready to listen to you. If Aaron Rodgers was 2-3 years younger, okay, I'm willing to listen to you. But I don't think there's any way that they're going to afford him. I don't think there's any way they're going to give up the draft capital. I don't think there's any way Aaron Rodgers wants to come to this. But just thinking outside the box, just for a second, Josh, think with me. What would you give up if you had to give up something to get Aaron Rodgers for 2 years? Would you give up a second, a third, a first? I know the Pack. Don't worry about what the Packers are going to take. What would you give up to have Aaron Rodgers?
I would give up maybe a second. Max. I'm just going to go max here. Maybe a second this year or something, and a second next year. I mean, and you hope that you're a playoff team, but what we've seen from Rodgers last year, and I know there was some dysfunction maybe with the team and the receivers, but our receivers aren't much better. I just don't see that functioning too well. And he was in the system even in Green Bay, so he knew the plays. It's not like it was a new system. So to think that his quarterback, an aging quarterback, going to a new system, to a team whose receivers aren't much better, it just doesn't make sense to me. I think that, first of all, when you think NFL executive, I don't know if that counts as like a disgruntled Ryan Grigson or something, or maybe Dan Snyder, because I know Jim Irsay's kind of twinkled in his Cheerios a little bit, or something like that. Or maybe it's just maybe an NFL executive counts as an office admin, maybe somebody's office assistant who just is connected to ESPN, and he said, maybe it happens. I traded for him on Madden or on my fantasy team, so he's on the Colts now. I don't know. But to me, this is a non-news story. It's so far from possibly happening. I do think that Rodgers will either get traded or something. I think Jordan Love has proven, and I know it's just one game, but I think it's his time. I think he needs the shot. I think that the thing about going to the AFC is real. Maybe a team like the Jets, that's who's been linked to the most. I think that's a little more likely than the Colts at this point.
Yeah, I think as Colts fans, we're going to have to hear all the rumors. Derek Carr, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. There might even be another one out there. And just because we're a team that needs a quarterback. But like you said, I think the destination's Miami, New York Jets, even the Raiders. I mean, wouldn't that be funny if, Packers traded Aaron Rodgers to the Raiders?
That would be funny.
Let those teams worry about these kind of guys. We've done that. We've been down the road. We are all focused in on the draft, getting that number one pick, getting C.J. Stroud, maybe Bryce Young, but C.J. Stroud, that's the guy. That's the guy that we need. Let's keep our focus. Let's keep our energy there. And like you said, maybe gets us through a half a day kind of discussing, hey, what would we do for Aaron Rodgers or kind of thing. But that's not what the Colts need.
It's a fun thought. And what's funny is last season we were kind of, I personally was like, maybe we trade for Rodgers. He seems tweaked off. There was some contract issues. The Devontae Adams thing was going on. And we thought maybe we get Aaron Rodgers or we get Russell Wilson or something. And man, I know the Colts traded for Matt Ryan, and I know that trade obviously didn't work out the way we wanted it to, but we just gave up a third-round pick. I mean, that's it. And I know the season sucked, but imagine sending the house for Russell Wilson or sending the house for Aaron Rodgers this past offseason, and then having the season similar to what we did, maybe a little bit better, but similar. I think about that, and I'm like, whoa, boy, oh boy, did the Colts dodge a bullet.
Well, you bring up a really good point with Russell Wilson. You look at everything that the Broncos gave up, and to this day, now that there's still some more time, and that trade will still play out, but it's been a disaster, a train wreck for the Broncos. So the Colts don't want to follow that path. Like we're like the guy that keeps going to the same bar and picking up the same girl every night and having the same results. Eventually, we gotta say maybe we shouldn't go to that same bar. Maybe we should go to church, or maybe we should go to the supermarket and find another girl because you know what? It's not worked out for us.
Yeah. No, I love that, and I guess we'll see. I mean, the bit of optimism is like, hey, you know what? We have some assets. We can trade up to get a quarterback in the number one if we want. We're in striking distance now. We're in striking distance, and I love that. To get a talent like a CJ Stroud. So guys, let us know in the comments. I'm assuming you all are on the same page as us, but if you're crazy enough to think Aaron Rodgers should be the Colts quarterback in 2023, let us know. I mean, let us know why you think that, because you're going to get roasted and I'm going to love it. So guys, let us know. Thanks for watching the Common Colt Podcast. Until next time, have a great day.